Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Miss Panda, and I'm coming at you today with another reaction video. Today, y'all, I couldn't let another day go past without talking about Olivia out here on a YouTube street, setting the streets on fire, up here trying to break up people's marriages, child. Oh, child, honey, we got to talk about that. But before we get started on today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to my channel because doing those things will push those videos through the YouTube algorithm. You know I'm trying to build my channel up, child. But anyway, we got to get into this heifer. You see her around here starting stuff up there talking about she like allegedly, because you know Olivia's a lie. You always got to throw the word allegedly onto everything that heifer said. I don't trust Jerrod as far as you can spit. He always looks sneaky to me. Only thing that he do, just because, let me explain something to you. People will sit up there and say, well, Miss Panda, Jerrod is a good man. Why? Because he get up and go to work? That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to go to work and he's supposed to take care of his kids. And he's supposed to take care of the woman in his life. But my thing is this. What makes you a good man is the ability to be able to be faithful, honest, loyal, and trustworthy. And those are things that he is not. Okay? Let me tell you something about Jerrod and Olivia Johnson. Okay? Olivia Peppa Pig Johnson, if you will. Okay? They got a tumultuous love-hate relationship. They got the type of relationship that baby mama and baby daddy relationship. I'm quite sure we all know somebody in our personal life, whether it's a family member, friend, co-worker, whatever. We know somebody that we all know somebody that was in a relationship and they got kids together, whether they were married and got a divorce or whether they were dating and just had kids with each other and just broke up. You know how they break up, get back together, break up, get back together. And this particular time, when they broke up this last particular time, he got into a new situation and he decided to take this woman on to marry her. Now, only what goes on between Antonesha and Jerrod, only they know what goes on. But Antonesha seems to feel like because he got Jerrod over there with her, and because he married her, and that he's over there with her, that she somehow won some type of prize. Jerrod ain't no prize, really. Okay? He really ain't no prize because he can't be trusted. Okay? If you feel like you got to go everywhere with that man and you can't turn your back on him with a bed wench like Olivia, you don't need to be with him. And furthermore, Antonesha, like some people might get mad at what I say. The bottom line is this. Them kids will never be yours, honey. I understand you love them, Robin, Christian, and Ryan. But at the end of the day, if Jerrod was to up and leave you right now, today, them kids are not yours. You will no longer have access to them. Regardless, I ain't defending Olivia because I can't stand her stinking behind. I think she trifling, lazy. She's a backstabber. She faced it. She low down, and she ain't loyal to nobody. She mistreat her kids. She mistreat the Webb kids the worst. Every man she ever been with, she backstabbed them. Like, she can't be trusted. I'm not defending her, but what I am saying is this. Those kids are not yours. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of her or nothing like that. I don't know what's going on in her situation with her personal womanly, because I'm a woman too, and I ain't trying to make fun of her. But I don't know why she chose not to have kids. Maybe she might have gotten a little older and maybe she can't have anymore, or maybe something going on with her medically, or maybe it's Jerrod. But my thing is, Antonesha, this is what I want to know. I want to know why you feel like Jerrod is the one. See, the thing about men is they want women to come into a situation. They don't want you to have no kids, right? They want you to look a certain way and this and that. But he came into the situation with baggage. He got an irritating, malicious, diabolical baby mama that you got to constantly put up with. Then the kids, I ain't going to take nothing away from the kids because I think the kids are sweet. But why? I don't understand why Antonesha feel like she got to put up with that. I feel like she don't feel like she could do better. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. And if you don't feel like you're worth more, then you ain't going to get more. You want to get somebody like Jerrod. Jerrod don't strike me as the type of dude. He don't get it twisted now, honey. He gonna take care of home. He gonna pay the bills. He gonna do what he gotta do as far as that. But at the end of the day, he gonna get the tiptoeing. He gonna always be on his tippy toes, tiptoeing back over there to Olivia and whoever else he messing around with. He got you out here looking stupid, Antonesha. The question is, what you gonna do about it, girl? You gonna keep letting her disrespect you on the internet? And you ain't gonna say nothing to defend yourself? Girl, you better stand up and put on your big girl panties and defend yourself. And it ain't even about Jerrod. You defend yourself for yourself. Okay? And furthermore, obviously he really ain't yours if you got to fight for him. Let me tell you something about Olivia. Jerrod and Olivia, I don't care how much Jerrod sit there and act like he be talking about Olivia on the one thing I learned about men. They'll sit there and they'll talk crap about somebody, call them all kinds of 304s and talk about them and call them names and this and that, and they be arguing every time you see him and she arguing. Let me tell you something. That's to throw you off. That's a red herring. That's so that you can be comfortable. What do I mean by comfortable? Because if they arguing, obviously they must hate each other. If he calling her out her name, he can't stop talking about her. Red flag number 1. He calls her out her name. Red flag number 2. He's making lives talking about red flag number 3. He really ain't go as hard as he could have over that child support situation because he getting paid and poo nanny. That's why. He get the tippy toeing, walking on his tippy toes over there when he dropped them kids off, and he get the slipping and sliding. And you know what I'm talking about, slipping and sliding. Tell me I'm lying. Let me tell you something about a lie. One thing about a lie is that there's always a morsel of truth in it. Now, this heifer, now we all know Olivia's a liar. But in this case, I think it's bits and pieces of truth mixed in with lies. She went on live on Child. She did about a 3.5 hour live, and ain't nowhere in the world I'm about to lie to y'all and tell y'all I'm going to sit here and react to a whole almost. I'm not giving up that much of my time because I got a husband and I got my own kids. But we're going to get into some of this. So I'm going to pull this up and we're going to react to this because this heifer, oh, I can't stand this girl. Let me pull this video up. Hold on a second.
Yes, it's the facts. Hey guys, hey, I'm fully black. My mom is black and my dad is black. I said it, so it's true. It doesn't work that way. Sorry. There's facts and there's false statements, right? Okay. So we're going to stick to the facts. We have to. We got to stick. At this point in the game, we have to stick to the facts. We can't with that petty stuff. I know you guys don't like me, the haters who are in here. You guys don't have to like me. You guys can hate me. You guys can think I'm the biggest bitch. I'm a bad. You guys can think whatever you want to.
But you can understand why people don't like her. Because every time, look at the way she did Jasmine. Look at the way she did Chrissy when they tried to pull her into the Mamiana game and tried to build, so they could all get money together and try to build something. Look how she turned on all of them. Look how she turned Jasmine and Chrissy against each other. I'm not saying that Jasmine and Chrissy was the best of friends, but they was cool until Olivia came in the situation and Jasmine made a mistake and she picked the wrong one. Look at that's all Olivia does is destroy. She destroys everything that she touches if she doesn't have a pot to piss in. She doesn't have anything. So a person who doesn't have anything will cause you to lose everything that you worked hard for. She sees what Antonesha has with Jerrod. Now, Jerrod is a low down dirty something because he can't keep his hot dog where it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, he is giving that woman things that he never gave Olivia. But the fact still remains. His money is a little bit better because he's a little older. He's a little bit more mature and he got a little bit more money. Okay. And I feel like Olivia, and I'm going to say it, is jealous of Antonesha because Antonesha, she feels like Antonesha in some ways stole her life. Because when she was, when Olivia and Jerrod was together, they were struggling. Jerrod was working 2 jobs. They was living in that small apartment and they were struggling. And that's when she was doing the little YouTube thing. And then she got monetized and her head got blown up and everything just started getting weird and everything. And then she turned into this internet persona that we see that's being presented in front of us. This mess. Okay? And she's jealous of that. He never took her on no vacations. She is jealous. And then the woman take better care of her children than she do. And I'm talking about all 5 of them. She don't take good care of them kids at all. They coming up to her 10 o'clock at night. She on live for about 3-4 hours. First of all, they should have been bathed. They should have had a full meal, a full course meal, a meat, starch, and a vegetable. And they should have been put to bed. And then she got on live. He's running around talking about he want macaroni and cheese. You ain't feeding him. Giving somebody 3 or 4 chicken nuggets while she sit there and she stuff her face good. She look like she gaining weight. I don't care how much she exercise. And I guess she got to get on the internet and do all these lives too. You notice how she be staying on live for a long time and trying to get cash out and trying to get her money together? Not so she could do right by her kids, but so I don't think she can afford those weight loss injections because they can get quite expensive because you notice that she's starting to put on weight. I said it.
Think in your minds. That's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion. Just like I'm entitled to think you bitches are losers, you're entitled to think that I'm everything up under the sun.
And we do.
We're not going to say things that are not facts.
You do.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
I'm
Enjoy
listening.
The haters. Oh, I am. And I'm blocking them. They're going to get blocked 100%. Stop coming in. Going through this. That's why I'm going to write a book about this crazy psychopathic shit because
first of all, how's she gonna write a book about something that she went on the internet and discussed and went watch, rinse, and repeat? Who's gonna buy this book? She don't already add everything that she had out. She don't have nothing else. That's why she keep repeatedly talking about the same thing over and over and over again. Because she don't have a book. Girl, if you don't get out of here, ain't nobody buying no book from her.
Playing their parts, playing their role, okay? You don't step into a role thinking that you're something that you're not. And people who do that I'm sorry, you're psycho. You're crazy. You're crazy as hell. You're crazy as hell. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It should be studied how people flip on content creators and people want to see their downfall. And because, like I said, it's not just me. I see this with every single person. A person gets on social media, they do really good, they gain a lot of traction, they gain a lot of followers every single time. And then one thing goes wrong or something that they can pick apart and they just go at it. They see one little tear, one little fucking tear in the seam, the side chick standpoint. Because I understand and I've lived through it. I've lived through this situation and I see what's gone on. And not the typical side chick, the insane side chick. The one who thinks that she's going to win at the end. The side chick never wins, baby. You never win.
You would know.
You never win. Unless you're so voided to the point where you're... I got money in the house. Okay, cool. Unless you're... I have my toy. Yeah. Good. That's your Cody. Show them your Cody. Here's his Cody, guys.
See what I mean? She has absolutely like no structure in her house. It doesn't make no sense for that boy to be like almost 4 years old and he's still not potty trained yet because she doesn't work with him. She's so busy worrying about everything that's going on the internet and then sitting there worrying about how she could destroy her ex-husband's relationship, even though he is probably still sneaking around with her on the low on the side. We all know that. But at the end of the day, you didn't win either. Because he turned you went from being a wife, he turned you essentially into a side chick. He married her. He doing her dirty. But he still married her. He doing her dirty though.
Guys, this is AJ's Cody.
I found it by the
Slow down.
By the gas station.
You found it by the gas station?
Yeah, I found my
No.
car. I found my car by the basket. Back station. The gas station.
Okay, baby. We
I
heard
found
you.
it. I found it from the gas station.
Okay, baby. Thank you.
I found that from the gas station.
Okay, we heard you. Thank you for telling us that.
Mm.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
I have my dog.
So you guys get out with the music.
Mommy, look.
Yeah, that's this child.
That you.
Did this bed wench just say that she was a mother first? That's a lie. She don't feed them. She don't take them nowhere. She don't pour into them. You can say whatever you want to say about Antonesha, and I don't agree with certain things on Antonesha and Jerrod's side neither, because they feed into a lot of the mess and the drama and the crap too. But she pours into the kids more, I feel, than Olivia does. That's why Olivia, they both threatened by each other. Antonesha is threatened because she feels like, this is my opinion, that Olivia could get Jerrod back if she wanted to, for real. Because he still has feelings for her. I don't care if he can call her all out her name. He could drag her all on the internet. That man still love her, and you can tell. And she still love him too. That's why she still be trying to act like she don't care. She does. She cares. She just didn't think that he was going to move on as fast as he did. She didn't think he was going to stand on all 10. She thought that they was going to break up. And yeah, she knew he was going to have 304s. She knew he was going to run around and be sleeping with people, because that's what Jerrod do. That's what men do. But she just thought that she still had that control over him, where he was going to come running back to her as soon as she snapped her fingers. It didn't work out like that this time, and that's why she's really mad. And then he's giving her a good life. She don't like that neither. She's sitting in that small apartment, cramped apartment. It's horribly decorated. It looked like she got all her stuff out the trash. But anyway, she a little jealous.
That's me? Okay. All right.
That you birthday child.
Which one's me? Period. He pointed to Beyonce. Period. High five, son.
No, this.
Yeah, I know. Period. High five. Okay, cool. Go in the other room.
That was the high eyesight.
Okay, baby. Thank you.
It's the high eyesight. There was. Listen to it. What's the high?
Lord, this heifer is up there trying to write a book about her life with Jerrod. Jerrod, listen, if you smart, you better lawyer up and put a gag order on her. Put a cease and desist order on her. Okay? Because she just thinks that she can just do whatever she want to do, and nobody's going to challenge her the way she's supposed to. The way she needs to be challenged. She needs to be handled. I don't like the way she do people. She's going to run into the right person one day. That's not going to back down, and it's going to sit up there and make her life HE double hockey sticks. I'm telling you. She's going to run into the right one. Think everything is a joke and everything is funny.
Okay, it's healthy for the kids at the end of the day. We are not best friends, but we respect one another, and it's most importantly, I was never the other woman, period. Yeah. You know, I think here's the thing. In an ideal, realistic world, if Jerrod and I are not going to be together and we're going to be with other people, yeah, it's the best thing for us to get along and for our partners. Like, I want that shit too. You know what I mean? I want to be able to get along with his partner and he get along with my partner. That's how it should be. But if you come
how is that possible for her to get along with Antonesha or whoever Jerrod chooses to deal with? Well, we talking about Antonesha right now because that's who he with. How? When you keep talking about her and you keep talking about him, you keep putting rumors out there on them. How do you expect them to get along? Why? Because she's being good to your children and she has your ex? How is that okay? Like, she's full of it to me.
Coming through the back door from day one, trying to backdoor me and fuck me over and fuck my nigga and be shady and come on the line and call me pissy. Girl, if I'm pissy, what the fuck are you? If I need to do better, what the fuck do you need to do? You're coming in behind me. I never understood that. I'm pissy, but you're eating it up. You cleaning it up.
Quiet as this cat, honey. Listen, I wouldn't want to sleep with nobody. I wouldn't want to eat, drink, or sleep with no dude after her without a full gynecology. He have to go to the doctor and get a full panel checkup to make sure that everything is okay before I would even touch him. And I'm sure she didn't do that. I'm sure neither one of them did. That's why he can go back and forth between two of them, because they both dumb. That's why.
How are you going to talk shit about me, but you want my life? You
What
want
life?
Everything that I have.
She wanted the man.
You want to be a
she
part
wanted
of
the man,
my story.
not the life.
But I'm pissy? I never understood. Some of these things I never understood. How could you get on a platform and talk about me when I'm the motherfucking main character, bitch? You're getting on Olivia Johnson's internet talking shit about me? Let me tell you something about these haters. These same haters that turned on me, baby, will turn on you. They're not real supporters.
Well, that's true. It's just a hot topic right now. They don't care about nobody. I don't either. It is. She telling the truth on that. They'll be, and then once this story get old, it'll be on to the next. It is what it is. It's just a job. That's all it is. It's nothing personal.
They're not real supporters. They'll turn on you in a blink of an eye. That's why I never understood none of my haters starting channels, this and that. They don't really support you. They just support the hate. The moment you try to veer off and do something else, they're not supporting. The moment you stop talking about Liv, they're not supporting. The moment you fuck up and do something, they're going to turn on you like they turned on me. Those are not true supporters. Those are just watchers. They're viewers. But awesome. All right. Can you give me a suggestion for the book? Sure. What's your suggestion for the book? Remember, there's going to be a lot of books. So be specific. She's pissed you had his kids and she didn't. Oh, God, you guys. No, I think she's just pissed. Give me that. She's pissed that she's just never been chosen. You know? That's what a pick-me is, you guys. A pick-me is a woman who has never been chosen.
I'm just not understanding why Antonesha would want to be with a man that can't. Why would she want to put herself through this embarrassment, being degraded, being constantly disrespected by your man and by his kid, by his ex-wife? You know, why didn't she ever have her own kids? Is there something going on with her body that where she can't produce her own children? Why would you want to take on somebody else's kid? Because if I'm somebody's wife and that's my husband, I'm going to want to have my own children. I'm not understanding that. And my thing is, if Jerrod really, really loved Antonesha the way he's trying to make it seem and everything is so peachy and perfect, then why won't he go and you can reverse a vasectomy? You can reverse that. It might cost a little change, but it's doable. And have their own baby together. I don't understand this. I don't understand her way of thinking. It's so many. Jerrod is not the only man on the planet. And he's not the only man on this planet that will get up and go to work. I'm not understanding that.
Stop throwing my phone. Sorry, gotta put that bass in my voice. Even if she was chosen and she feels like she was chosen, she was never really chosen. You were chosen because you were second pick. You were not chosen, baby. You've never been chosen, maid. And that's exactly what a pick-me is.
You know what this is giving? This reminds me of, you remember Love and Hip Hop? I think it was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Mimi, Stevie J, and Jocelyn Hernandez. And then the Peter Guns, Tara, and Amina situation. That's what this is giving right here to me. Where Peter Guns and Stevie J kept going, the men, Stevie J and Peter Guns kept going back and forth between Amina and Tara, and Stevie J kept going back and forth between Jocelyn and Mimi. This is what this is giving to me right now. And Antonesha is giving Tara and Mimi vibes. And Liv is giving Jocelyn Hernandez the Jezebel-like spirit. Jocelyn Hernandez and Amina vibes to me a little bit. Like, cause she has that Jezebel spirit that they have. You know, that's what this situation reminds me of a little bit.
Bitch, you could get married and everything, and you think you got chose? You're not chose. You're convenient.
Actually, she is. I mean, he married her. He did marry her. He just didn't put a baby in her, but he married her.
This is about to get deep.
And if men love her so much, why you ain't got no man?
AJ! I know he didn't go in that fucking room. I know you did. Pick Nisha.
Mommy.
That's what you are.
Mommy.
Yes?
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Dear mama. Dear mama. Dear mama.
My thing is, if Antonesha's a pick Misha, what does that make her? What does that make her? A homewrecker? A Jezebel? She trifling. She's a lot of things. She got a lot of nerve calling somebody out their name, but then want to play victim. You don't get to be the victim, Liv. You don't get to be no victim. The way you talk about that man, the way you talk about that woman like that. And Antonesha, you stupid for allowing her to do that. You stupid. So whatever you get is what you get. You dumb.
Mama.
Allowing this man to play in your face.
Dear mama.
And don't get it misconstrued. I'm not talking to... Wait, I'm talking. I'm not... Don't get it misconstrued. I'm not talking about every woman. What do you want? Talking about any woman who's ever been a stepmom. See, I think you... And this is another thing. You guys have taken my situation so to heart, the haters. They've taken my situation so to heart. When really, I know that the majority of hush, I'm talking. The majority of women are mothers, and you guys have probably been left, maybe had to deal with a woman like this, but probably not, because a lot of women are not like this. Women to the core, I feel like we're good to our core. Like we really be trying our best. And we don't be trying to step on other women's toes. We don't try to fuck on other people's men. But there are a small
That's all the stuff that Liv does.
Technicians that will do anything to get chose. Anything.
I don't understand why she taking herself out the equation, because that's what she basically doing. Whether it's right or wrong. My thing is, even if Jerrod did, walk on his tippy toes over there and tipping around, my thing is, you could have told that man, no, go back over there to your wife. You chose to lay down with this man, if it in fact really did happen, which I think it did. So you can't talk about nobody and put yourself on no high pedestal, because you low down and dirty too. You didn't have to sleep with that man. You're sleeping with a married man, regardless of whether he was your ex-husband or not. He's still married. Regardless of whether you just don't respect nobody.
Thing under the sun, honey, to get chose. So, yeah. Don't take my situation personal, guys. Don't ever. And don't ever think I'm talking about you, because you guys know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about.
Mommy.
You guys know exactly who I'm talking about.
Mommy. Mommy. You have this there, mama.
Yeah, I heard it. Go get your EC. Go get your EC, baby.
What?
Your blue one on the counter.
The blue one on the counter.
Give me my phone.
No. I don't want to.
Journey. No. I've never had an in-depth conversation with this person. But here's the thing. I know Jerrod like the back of my hands, literally, like the back of my hands. Okay. So I don't need to have a conversation with her. And I know that he's not spinning stories. Let me tell you something about Jerrod. He is a liar, baby. And that's just what it is. No matter how much he tries to not lie, Jerrod will die a compulsive liar. That's just who he is. That's the man that he is. What do you want? Get up. Hold on, you guys. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. He's laying down now. Don't get up.
See what I mean? She's a horrible mother.
He pick her over you. Pick her over me when I was no longer available to him. Pick her over me when I wouldn't let go of the bullshit. I wouldn't play with him no more about the bullshit, and I made him take responsibility for what he's done, and she didn't. She was easy. Men love easy, dumb women. They love them. They love them so much. I learned that. But anyway, okay, so let's get started. We're at 100 likes. Thank you so much. Liv outgrew him. I did, but I always had love for him though, you know? He took his kids with him. That's awesome. That's great, Freaky. Yeah, we know how it went, baby. We're gonna recap it right now. Ooh.
I honestly feel like the only reason why Jerrod took them kids away from her is to hurt her. It's like he's doing everything in his power to try to hurt her. The taking full custody of the kids, the getting with Antonesha. I guess getting with Antonesha wasn't really enough to really. She was upset, but it wasn't enough. I think she really started to show that she was real upset when he married Antonesha. I think that's what really set Liv off for real. And it's like everything that Jerrod does, men will do stuff like that. Men are diabolical like that. They will go as far as to have another outside child to hurt you. They will marry another woman that they don't even really love for real, like that, just to hurt you, just to hurt their ex. Sometimes some men are just like that. I don't know why, but they really will fake a whole marriage just to get back at you. That's how far they will take it.
Why don't I drag the other two fathers? For what? I've already dragged AJ's father. And I didn't even drag him. It is what it is. No one's going to disrespect me on this internet. Has he came and disrespected me on the internet since I said that? No, he hasn't. And I don't think he will. And he has no reason to. He doesn't fuck with his son. So his best bet is to stay exactly where he is. This has nothing to do with AJ or Kailani's father. You guys don't know Kailani's father, and you guys never will. Maybe you will. Maybe one day I'll be like, but you guys have heard him. You guys know he exists. You guys still say the opposite, that he doesn't exist.
She probably don't know who Kailani's father is. To be honest, she probably don't know. That's why she don't talk about it. Either that or he married.
Okay. Well, I can't prove to you what's already been proven, baby. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. So, how long ago was the divorce? It was a while ago. It was a while ago. Go look it up and you can see. All right, so Liv was just a girl out here. You know, I was just a girl out here with my family, trying to do the best that I can. I got so backtracked, and you know, I went along with the bullshit for far too long. I let it change me. I just let too much go on for too long, too long. I was very stupid. I was very insecure. I was very not whole as a woman, and I went through a lot behind being that type of woman. I wanted to read some of these comments.
I don't feel like all of that has anything to do with Jerrod. I feel like she already came into the relationship. She already had issues before she got with him. So that's not all him. I mean, that probably took her over the edge, but she already came into the situation with stuff going on mentally already. Please, I can't stand this lady. She make me sick.
We should have had a conversation. Yeah, we should have had a conversation, but this is another thing about a pick-nisha and this type of female. She's a coward. She's a coward.
She is.
Some people know what they've done and they can't face what they've done. But guess what, baby? In my series, in the series that will be this series right here, you're going to face what you've done. I hope you're not watching. I hope your mom's not watching. I hope your sister's not watching. You know, I'm sure you guys all are watching. Hi. You guys are all fans. Because you're going to be faced with the type of woman that you are. And if you choose to stick around, which I hope you do, I will show you yourself every single time. Because guess what? I'm not going nowhere. Those are my kids.
Well, my thing is, if they're her kids, then you need to pay your back child support. You need to buy them some clothes. You need to contribute towards their college fund. You need to take them out. You need to pour into them. You need to spend time with them. You need to do those things if they're your kids. They're only your kids when you want to go back and forth with Antonesha and dangle the kids in front of her face like a carrot because you know she doesn't have any. And you know that she hasn't grown kind of attached to them a little bit. That's why you want that's when they become your kids. You use those kids as chess pieces, as a pawn to get at Jerrod and to get at Antonesha. That's all they are. And then you mistreat them when they come around you. You always seem irritated, like you don't want to be bothered with them. But then you'll talk about they're your kids. Girl, sit down somewhere.
Worst comes to worst, say I do sit down for 6 months, 5 months, 2 months, a month, whatever the fuck the case may be, bitch, I'll get right back out and I'll be right here on this motherfucking internet in your motherfucking face for the rest of your life. Because you're gonna learn not to play with a woman with 3 kids and a husband. You're gonna learn. You don't win in the end. You never win. I don't care how many side bitches want to get on here and cap for you, ho. You're not a real woman. You never have been. Okay, cool. Now that we got that understood. I wanted to read somebody's comment though. We should have had a conversation. Yeah, she can't have a conversation though. She can't have a conversation. Like if I were to come into a man's life and he had kids, I would be like, baby, let me meet your kid. Let me meet your kid's mom. I want to meet your kid's mom. Understand this, I was raised right. The haters may not want to believe it, but I was raised right. My mama taught me right.
She was raised right. It's not showing that. It's not giving that you was raised right. The way that you talk, cuss, act, don't treat your kids right, don't take care of them, but you was raised right? Raised by who? You got animals that take better care of their kids than you do, Liv. You raised right. Yeah, right. Girl, please.
Yeah, of course. I want to meet the mama. I'm going to be around your kids. I'm going to be respectful. I always told you that shit. I always told you guys that shit. If I were to be with a man with kids, I would always be respectful to that woman, even if she was crazy. Even if she was a lunatic, a drug addict, in and out of rehabs, I would always be respectful to that woman. You know why? Because you cannot love on kids and not respect the motherfucking mother or father of those kids. I don't give a fuck what you guys got going on. You cannot love some kids without being respectful to the people who brought those kids in this world. Period, point blank. Because what matters to the kids will matter to you if you loved those kids. And the parents will always matter to the kids. Even if I was some cracked out drug addict on the street, my kids would always love.
First of all, she don't have to respect Liv. She's not in a relationship with you. She's in a relationship with Jerrod, whether you like it or not. First of all, Antonesha couldn't. You keep saying that Antonesha busted up y'all relationship, whatever, and you still feel. Liv is still feeling salty about that. But the thing about it is, she couldn't have took Jerrod unless he wanted to go. He wanted to go. She didn't sit up there and hold no weapon to that man. He went willingly. So you got to take that up with him. You got to really take that up with him. That's who you really mad at.
Love me. The internet's not going to change that. The father can't change that. A judge can't change that. A pick-me can't change that. Nobody can change that. And let me tell you one more thing. The parent you try to keep out of the life of the child is the parent that those kids reach for the most. When you intentionally try to keep kids or a parent out of the kid's life, they reach for that parent the most. Like they want that parent the most. They yearn for that parent the most.
I don't think so. I think that Jerrod and Antonesha, even though I may not agree with the way that they move and do certain things, I think that they're better off over there with them. At least, I don't like Antonesha like that. I don't really know her like that for real, but she seemed like she provides a little bit more structure as far as the kids, as far as the drop-offs, the pickups, maintaining the kids' appearance, making sure they're clean, fed, helping them with homework and different things like that. Liv ain't doing none of that. She ain't doing none of that. But you want the respect because you were a breeder? She don't have to respect you for that. She doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't owe you nothing. Only thing she has to do is be respectful to your kids. That's the only thing she has to do. But she don't owe Liv nothing.
Don't fucking play with me. You guys think I'm stupid or something?
I don't know what she would do. Liv would have she would crash out if Antonesha and Jerrod was to have a baby. She really would. I really feel like she would not be able to handle that. Like, that would send her like literally over the edge. I like really, really hope they have a baby. I really hope they do. Just out of spite, I feel like they should.
Let's block people. Blocked. I don't think my kids like the activities they're in. Voice changer, tell me what activities my kids are in, since you know. What activities are my kids in? Go ahead, tell me. What activities are they in right now today? What activities are they in, since you know?
I think Jerrod and them got them in football. I know Christian is in football. I don't know about baseball, but I know he's definitely in football. I'm not sure about Robin, but I know Ryan is a cheerleader. And I'm sure Robin is in something, but it's not because of Liv. If they was with Liv wouldn't have them in no activities at all. You see how she treat AJ. Every time he come near her, she sends him out the room. He wouldn't be doing nothing. He will be sitting in that house while she's sitting in a separate room on live all day, yelling at a screen or yelling at a phone. That's it. That's all. She probably don't even know what activities they in, because she don't even show up to none of the practices, and she get invited and she don't even go.
Oh, okay. Right. But of course, that goes without saying. Of course, kids love activities. My kids can do activities no matter where they live. Do I keep them from activities or something? Was I against activities at one point? Did I say I would never put my kids in activities? Did I say that? You think people are doing something special over there? It's a fucking activity. It's driving to a game. It's driving them to a practice. Is that like an end all be all or something? Like, my kids were babies when they were taken from me. So no, I never had them activities. And I was dealing with a narcissistic fucking man who kept playing with me. So I was very distracted.
Quiet as it's kept, they both narcissistic to me. That's the pot calling the kettle black. She's a narcissist too. She ain't innocent in this. That man left you for a reason. People are not going to walk away and leave somebody because they're happy. People usually leave because they're miserable, or you doing something to them that they didn't like. That was why he left. We saw how it played out on the internet. We saw how it played out. So I don't even know what you even talking about.
At the time. But most definitely, when my kids come back and live with me, if they want to do activities, they sure will. And mama will always be there front and center. Sure will. Sure will. Sure will.
But are you going to pay for them to be in activities? Because to be in football, you probably got to get equipment. It's probably certain shoes and stuff you got to buy. You got to take them to practice at a certain time. You got to go to games. Are you willing to do that? I don't think so. With cheerleading practice, you probably got to get like certain shoes. You probably got to get cheerleading uniforms. She also had the girls will also have to go to practice. They got to wear their hair a certain way. We know that Liv don't like doing hair. When she sent them back with their hair mangy and matted, because she wouldn't comb the girls' hair, and their hair had to get cut. A lot of it had to get cut. Because I really honestly feel like she did that to them girls to spite Antonesha. That's who she did that to spite them. You will hurt your own kids just to spite that woman. That is diabolical. Let's continue.
Because guess what? I love them and I want them to thrive.
Yeah, right.
I want them to thrive more than anybody on this earth because I created them. They came from me. They came out of my body into this world.
That's about all.
I want my kids to be some type of fucking failures? Why? You guys should already know. I got too much motherfucking pride for that shit. I already. So this whole Olivia's jealous of them and wants them to be losers. Bitch, what? My kids are a reflection of me. Fuck out of here. I want my kids to be losers. My kids will be the most successful, the most educated. Christian, if he wants to be a football player, baby, he's going to make it to the NFL. Trust and believe. AJ wants to be a...
Listen, if it has anything to do with Liv, Christian will not make it to the NFL. I'm not saying that because I love me some Christian, but we already know what type of mama Olivia is. She is not responsible. She is extremely lazy, and she is fully addicted to the internet. She can't pull her big fat behind away from the internet long enough to even sit at practice. And if she did take him to practice, I guarantee I'm willing to put $100 down right now. She will be on her phone, on live, or on Instagram or something like that. She ain't even gonna be focused on it. So if he did go to the internet, it's to the NFL, excuse me, it's not going to be because of her. Okay, I think he's better off with his father. She's just mad because the father has a new woman, and if it's not Antonesha, it could be anybody. It could be anyone who's going to have a problem with anybody that Jerrod is with, whether it's his girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever. Whether it's no matter what their relationship is, she's going to have a problem with it because it's not her. That's why.
A rapper. He will be the biggest rapper. He wants to be an artist or whatever the fuck he wants to be. Oh, my kids will be 100%. I don't think I ever negated that ever.
How? When she don't teach them nothing?
No.
She don't put nothing into them.
What the fuck? You guys got real shit and bullshit. Fuck that. I mean, yeah. Calm down. Why are you so upset? Look how much water I drank. Upset. Oh, you guys don't like to be put in your place. I'm sorry. You guys don't like it. You guys gotta start saying, "Oh, she's so upset. She's so mad. Why is she so mad?" I'm not mad. I'm putting you in your motherfucking place, voice changer. But what did you say? Football and cheer? They didn't do football or cheer this year, honey. Voice changer. But to be real with you, since I'm their mom and I know what they really like, Christian didn't want to play football this year, and Ryan wants to do ballet. Yeah.
Okay, so my thing is, why didn't you put them in ballet? Why didn't you put her in ballet when you go pick her up? Why didn't you look into that? Since you're the parent and they came to you and they confided that into you, why didn't you put him in something? Maybe he, say for example, okay, let's say for instance, maybe Christian didn't want to play football. Maybe Jerrod might be kind of putting that on him. Maybe he might be living his life or living his dreams through his children. Okay, cool. So maybe he wants baseball. Why didn't you look into it? Maybe he wants to learn how to be a soccer player. Why you could look into those things on your end too. And you could just look into it, find out how much it costs, and pay for it. Why not? Instead of sitting up here talking about them, what they're trying to do. At least they're trying to do something. What have you done? You minimize everything that they do, but you ain't doing nothing.
That's what my babies want. Christian actually wants to maybe do baseball or basketball. He wants to change it up a little bit, which I support, whatever he wants to do. Yeah. I think I got this bottle from Ross, baby. I believe so.
Man, listen, they got cups like that at $5 and below for $5. Big deal.
She said those people are in bed at home. Yeah, are they? Are they both at home in bed? Okay, girl. Whatever you guys say. I don't really care what you guys say. It's been years. Why are you still talking about it? Because I'm still dealing with it. That's fine. I'll probably be talking about this forever, you guys. Honestly. I'll probably be talking about this forever. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to do books on it. And then I'm going to have group discussions on it. I'm going to warn women, about these types of women. I'm gonna have group discussions about it. Yeah, on TikTok, on all platforms. Trust me, when I'm done with Picnisha, she will go down as the saddest woman in history. One of the saddest women in history. And I lost my kids to my ex-husband. And this bitch is still sadder than me. Grow up.
But my thing is, what is she doing to try to better herself? She's not trying to go to school. She's not trying to get a job. She's not trying to do anything to really, really fully fight for her kids, to get her kids back. So that's letting me know that it's not really about the kids. You don't mind the kids being over there because you don't really want to take care of them anyway. You just don't like the fact that them kids is over there with Antonesha. That's what the problem is. Because if it really that, then you would really be trying to fight to be in your kids' lives a little bit more. They wouldn't be able to keep me away from my kids. They got a doctor's appointment, I'm there. I don't care if my ex-husband had, which well, I'm still married. I'm talking about Jerrod when I say ex, because I'm still married to my husband. But I wouldn't care if that was the situation. I would go. They got a PTA meet, I'm there. I'm gonna rearrange my schedule to go to the doctor with them. Something happened at the hospital, I'm gonna rearrange my schedule to go. They sick, I'm gonna take care of them. Whatever, they got a game, I'm there. Like, just make an effort. You're not making no effort because you're so busy worried about him. And he's so busy worried about you. And Antonesha is just in the background. Like, she's just there, letting all this happen. Letting this man lie and play in her face. Antonesha, girl, listen. If you listening, maybe my channel is small, whatever, child, girl, but honey, listen. You better get up and get you a job. If you ain't got no job, listen, get up. Those are not your children. I'm not trying to be funny. You're a nice stepmom and everything. Get up and get you a job. While those kids are in school, make him continue to pay all the bills in that house. Don't you touch not a nair bill. Make him get his kids' hair done. You do what you're supposed to do in that house. You work while they're in school. Even if you got to get your work from home job, you get on your hustle and get you a bank account, a checking, savings, and don't you tell him nothing about it. Don't you give him access to your money. Don't you give him your PIN number. And you save your money. This situation, I do not trust it at all. Even if he's not with Liv, I don't trust Jerrod. And you don't want him to throw you out and then you depended on him for all these years and you ain't got no money saved up nowhere. Okay? You make sure you always look out for yourself first. Don't be no fool. And that's the bottom line.
Girl, I would never. You couldn't play with me like that.
He did.
You couldn't play with me like
and
that.
Still is.
But
He
anyway,
did.
let's get back down to business. Voice changer, I haven't blocked you yet, but you're getting close. Okay, baby? Okay, so we're gonna get to our story, okay? Our story time.
Finally.
Finally. All right. So I went through a lot, and the time came for me to make the decision on what I wanted to do. You guys know I did the whole YouTube thing, and I just started YouTube because I liked YouTube. You know, I thought it was fun. I was a stay-at-home mom. It was, and plus, not only that, like, I knew what I brought to the table. I knew that I was a character. I've always wanted to do entertainment stuff, and I knew that me and my boyfriend at the time, our dynamic was different. We were so funny. We were fun. We had a lot of fun together. So I wanted to bring that to social media. And plus, I wanted to make the memories with my family. So I did that. Things went left a little bit, but it's okay. I don't regret anything. That's another thing. I don't regret nothing. Everything happens for a reason.
Things went left. Let me tell you what happened. She got monetized and she just started acting like brand new. She started acting like a full-fledged diva when she got monetized and started making that real YouTube money or whatever, which I don't think she's making that money now. But like I'm talking about when she first had that internet beef. I don't know if y'all remember that when she had that beef with Strong Mommy Chrissy, when she prefabricated that beef with her about I think it was a fake pregnancy test or something to that effect. And her and Chrissy got into it, and then that's when people just started like her channel started blowing up off of that. But that's what happened. She ain't gonna tell the truth and shame the devil.
And I don't regret anything. And yeah, okay. But I blew up like I knew I would. Okay. I knew I would blow up. I knew it. It was in the cards for me. Just like another viral moment's coming. I will always constantly blow up on things because this is me. This is what I do. So
Girl, please.
Let me tell you guys something about me too. Everywhere I've went, I've been like the star of the show. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just saying, like, when I was in school, I was literally the main topic of discussion. When I got out of school, everywhere I went, I was always that girl. Okay. And I mean that girl.
But she's the topic of discussion for drama and bullcrap. She doesn't really do anything worth anything, to prosper and blow her life up. As far as, you know, getting an education or doing something constructive. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, she likes to be the topic of the center of attention as long as it's negative. I don't understand her. Like, she's just weird to me. She's a weird woman.
As in, I was that one that was just, it's like, I see myself as like this ball of energy, and it's just like, you cannot miss it. You feel me? I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, it's there. My presence is strong. You feel me? So it is what it is. I left to Florida with the 3 of my kids, and Jerrod was all for it. You know, he wasn't all for it, but he was supportive of the situation because I was not happy in Texas. Okay. I tried, but I just wasn't happy in Texas, and I wanted to be with my family, and I loved Florida. So we went to Florida, and here's the thing. Like I said, Jerrod has always been a liar ever since I met him. I don't know why he's the way he is. But lie to a person enough, and that person is going to go crazy on your ass. Like, you cannot lie to a person. You can't treat a person like that and think that there's no repercussions. So honestly, I feel like the person I became, the insecure, controlling, fucked up person that I became in that relationship was because of him, but it was also because of me, because I allowed it. I allowed myself to become that, you know, because I don't care. I always take responsibility. No matter what we go through, you guys, we have a choice. We don't have to go through it, or we can choose to keep going through it and go through it. You know what I mean? And I decided, I make the conscious decision to stay with that man, to get married to that man, to try with that man. I didn't have to do any of that. I chose to do that. So that falls on me. Okay? So anyway, I was in Florida. He was in Texas. We were still together, but in his mind, out of sight, out of mind, right? So he started dealing with this Antonesha, and I don't know what he was telling her. On that end, I don't know. He probably was telling her we're broken up. He doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Who knows what he was telling her? You know, who knows? But the facts remain. He was coming back and forth to Florida, sleeping with me, being with me, telling me he loved me, keeping me on this string. Okay. And whatever, at the end of the summer, he just made the decision, okay, I want to be with my family. I want to be with you guys. And he came to Florida. We got married. We shouldn't have got married. We should have done a lot of counseling. We should have handled our problems before we got married, but we didn't. But we got married. Through it all, this lady held on. I don't know where she was, but
Yeah,
she was
Antonesha's
somewhere in the
stupid for
background.
that.
She knew
She
we
is
got
dumb for
married
that.
and everything, and she held on, honey. Okay. And he came back to Dallas, and they got back together, honey, and he was married, and I came to Dallas, and him and I started sleeping together, and he wanted to be with his family again. And then I told you guys, we went to her house, we got all his shit, literally to her apartment door. I saw him carry his shit out in bags.
I don't know.
No, we're not talking about the mommy on a trip. We're not talking about all that stuff because it's not relevant. We're talking
That's
about
crazy.
Antonesha right now. All the niggas I fucked and the other bitches.
So Antonesha is not really innocent in this situation either, because I mean, he was messing with Jerrod when he was married to Liv, and now Liv is messing with Jerrod while he's married to her. I don't understand how everything came full circle like that. If he did as dirty as she claimed he did, then I'm not understanding why she would want to still deal with him in that capacity. For me, I would be one and done. If I found that out, it would be strictly for the kids, and that's it. I don't want to talk to you about nothing else. If it's not about the kids, I don't want to talk to you or deal with you. Drop the kids off. Explain to me what time you're coming back to get them. I will see you later. If I need to talk to you about something in regards to the kids, I will text you. That's it. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to talk about nothing. But she chose out of spite. They both being petty towards each other at this point. Over Jerrod? Jerrod ain't even all that, though, for real. You walk down the street and find a dude that look better than him to me. Like, he ain't even cute like that for real. He look like something you scraped off the bottom of your shoe. He ain't even fine.
He fucked and what we did to each other, all that stuff does not matter because the facts remain. Him and I were still fucking around and we were still married. Our problems are our problems and they have to be addressed. You played a part. I know I played a part, but of course I played a part. Is that what you want me to say? Yeah, I played a part in our relationship failing. 100%. So now that I said that, Bree, don't say that in my comments again. Okay, I gave you what you want. Is your pussy wet now? I gave you what you want. You feel good? Yes, I played a part. I just said I took responsibility for everything that I've done. Yes, 100% I played a part. I should not have married him because I had a lot of resentment towards him for how he hurt me. And I was playing get back. Yes, 100%. 100%.
And she still is. She still basically is. They both doing things and using them kids to get back at each other, like I said. And she married him. And he shouldn't have. Like, because Jerrod is playing like a lot of games too. Like, you know, everybody's looking at Liv, and Liv she is a piece of crap. But Jerrod is too. He ain't no angel. He ain't no Satan. Antonesha ain't either. The only difference is I think that they do. I think as far as structure, I feel like the kids are in a better environment over there with them. They look clean. They put them in activities, and it's like a 2-parent household type situation, and they're being provided for very well. You know, as opposed to being with Liv or whatever. But they got dirt on their hands too.
Yeah, there's no secret to that. That's evident. You feel me? So anyway, that's what I was saying. So we get back together. We break up again. We're still sleeping together. I go back to Florida. Let me tell you something. Jerrod took the kids away from me out of spite.
I believe
Jerrod took the kids away from me for get back.
I believe
okay? Everything that Jerrod and I have been through has been behind tit for tat and get back. We played this game for years. For years. And I'm not doing that right now. That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing this because we are ending this cycle. It's done. We're done with this game. We're done with this tit for tat shit. We're done. All of this is done.
It should have been done when they got a divorce. At that point, the kids should have been, it should have been all about the kids. The kids should have been on the forefront, and that's it. That's all. They both need to heal. Maybe she need to go and get her some counseling and some therapy. And so does he. Because they both got some mental problems.
Done.
Because they can't seem to get over each other.
He ended it, but you keep talking about it. Bree, what I'm going to need you to do, baby, I'm going to block you out of this chat because we're not going to do this. You're blocked.
Where did she lie, though? That's why she blocked her, because she's telling the truth. Anybody who comes in there, as long as they agree with her, yeah, Liv, girl, yeah, everything is cool. But as soon as they come in and keep telling her, well, why don't you move on? Why are you still sitting on the internet for days and days and hours and months and weeks and years at a time, still talking about this man? Obviously, you're not over him. You don't have nothing else to talk about. Apparently not. She don't really go nowhere. At least every once in a while, you'll see Jasmine go to the gym. You'll see her go to HEB and you'll see her go to Five Below. At least she try to go somewhere. And you'll see her going at the basketball practice. She trying to go some places or whatever. But Liv, you never see her go nowhere. She always in that apartment. She always either in that room or she always in the kitchen. Where does she ever go? Or you might every once in a while see her at Walmart. She don't go nowhere else but Walmart.
What you can do when I take the next part of this series to another platform, make sure you subscribe to that platform. Make sure you pay the entry fee so you can get in, so you can see the receipts. Okay, baby? So you can see.
Pay the entry fee? For what? Who would sit up there and spend their hard-earned money? It ain't gonna be nothing but the same regurgitated content that she been talking about for the longest. Who would be dumb enough to pay for that? I know I ain't paying for it. Man, please. Y'all can spend y'all money if y'all want to. I ain't giving her my money.
If he was single, do you think he would have filed for custody? 100% no. No. Jerrod didn't want custody. Jerrod wanted to hurt Olivia. That's what that was about. Yeah, he wanted to hurt me.
I believe it.
And he saw the reaction. You know, it reminds me of this guy on TikTok. His name is 2K. 2K is a shitty ass narcissistic piece of shit of a man, if I ever seen one. Okay, but he understands the game. Okay, he saw early on what happens when a father steps up to the plate. There's so many shitty fucking fathers out there that when a man actually wants to be part of his kid's life, he's treated like a king. But it's like, dude, you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, but once again,
I mean, I could believe that because there's a dude that's on Instagram, not TikTok. It's not the same guy that she's talking about. It's a dude that's on Instagram, and he had a baby with a lady, and the lady unfortunately passed away, and he ended up taking custody of the child instead of putting the child, you know, with the baby mother's family or putting them in foster care. He took custody of the child. Everybody on the internet supported him and sent him money and different things like that. But I don't think that he really wanted to raise that child by himself. So he ended up getting with this lady, and she ended up taking that child on the same way that Antonesha is taking on, you know, Liv's 3 kids. She took on his child the same exact way. And I don't think that he really wanted to be with this lady. I think he really just got with her so that she could help him, so he could have somebody to help him raise his child. That's what it seemed, because he don't seem like he really even like her like that to me, for real. It seemed like he just wanted her almost like as a babysitter while he goes to work or, you know, goes out and does what he wants to do. He don't seem like he's into her like that, really, to me. But, you know, it is what it is. Men are just trifling to me. You can't trust them at all.
and that's women's fault. We do that. You know, we do that. We put these men up on a pedestal because they want to be fathers. No, we should just be treated. Good job. Good job, my nigga. You're doing the right thing. But you guys want to like, and then Jerrod saw the reaction of the internet. He saw everything. He played his part. He played his fucking part. Jerrod did what he did, okay? He did what he did. But no, did he want custody? No, let me tell you why Jerrod never wanted custody. Because every single time I left him, he never said, Olivia, can you please leave the kids? Remember, we've always, the primary state that we've lived in has been Texas throughout the years. So he's always been out here with his family. I haven't always had my family present. So at any time when I'm leaving the state, he could have said, can you leave the kids? I have my family here. You know, my family will help me. Can you leave the kids with me and go, you know? But he's never said that. Never. It was always understood. But see, he got with this crazy ass lady, and then she put the ideas and said, and you know, it just went on from there. It was just a big fucking ball of, it was a clusterfuck, okay? But anyway, we went through all of that.
I think the only reason why Antonesha would have been on board with him taking the kids away from Liv is so that Jerrod wouldn't have to deal with her anymore as much. He wouldn't have to really call her, you know, because she has his kids, or he wouldn't have to go there and see about his kids because they're over there with her. I think that's why she did that and felt that they would be better off over there with them, so that he wouldn't to try to take Liv out of the equation. But it kind of backfired, I feel like. It backfired because he's still sneaking and talking to her, texting her or whatever, even though he act like he hate her. We all know he's still talking to her because she said it.
And then this girl starts hopping on social media because once again, she saw the the support from the other pick-me's around the world. She thought the people that this internet gassed them up to do some crazy things, crazy things. I'm gonna drop the link if you guys want to come up here. Okay, let's drop the link. But like I said, I'll say this again. You're not asking me any questions about anything other than the topic at hand. Okay? You're fucking disgusting. You fucking gross ass fucking person. This motherfucker keeps coming up here with, that is so gross. Come up here again.
The bottom line is Olivia keeps going around the mulberry bush saying the same thing over and over and over again. She has a darkness around her. She has a Jezebel-like spirit about her. She hasn't gotten over the fact that her and Jerrod are just done. He might still tiptoe back and forth and continue to mess with her or whatever. But as far as a relationship, I don't think he wants to be bothered with her like that no more. And I think that she's bothered by the fact that she's like in the same boat as Jasmine. She doesn't like the fact that Philip and Hannah are like together. She doesn't necessarily like want to be with him, and I think she still would mess with Philip or whatever. Not to bring Jasmine in it, but this situation is kind of similar, or whatever, because Hannah is taking care of Jasmine's kids, and they're very similar. And she just can't handle the fact that Jerrod just moved on with his life. That's what the issue is. It's not about Antonesha per se. It's just the fact that she don't want that man with nobody. It's if I can't have him, nobody else can have him type of situation to me. I feel like Olivia needs to get her life together. She needs to take better care of her kids that she have in her house. She needs to spend more time and focus on her children and make it less about Jerrod. She's not really even talking about the kids. It's about Antonesha and Jerrod. That's how you know it's not genuine. It's not sincere. She needs to get her life together and go back to school and figure out what she wants to do with life. Social media is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But she needs to put something in her brain. She has too much time on her hands and she's not doing nothing with it. She's not doing anything productive. She's not productive at all. That's why she's so worried about what everybody else is doing. All she's focused, she's internet focused. And that's weird. What if they take the internet away? What if Donald Trump just be like, you know what, the internet has to go? She wouldn't know what to do with herself. What is she gonna do? Go work at Subway or something? Can you imagine her making your sandwich? She doesn't even look like she has good hygiene to me. Yuck. But anyway, thank you for listening. Drop down in the comment section and let me know how you feel about today's video. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel. And leave a comment in the comment section detailing how you feel about, good or bad, about today's video, Olivia the Jezebel. Thank you for listening. I love you all and be blessed. Until next time.